I was super duper virgin, thinking I wanted to be like a doctor and then a lawyer. I think back on those fucking tours, especially like the Pump and Perp one, I'm just like shocked that like we all made it out alive and like not arrested. Literally our two role models were Lucy Liu and fucking Mulan. I'm like, bitch, I'm not like, no, you know, I'm not a fucking cartoon character.
Hi, and this is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk Talk. Today I'm here with Camgirl.
Woo! My plastic bag!
From Zion Market.
No, remember, I forget it was how many years ago, but it was like on the fashion runways, like high fashion, to like carry like...
Oh yeah!
I'm starting a new trend.
Revisiting.
Literally, rebooting it.
So you're born in Korea?
Yes, born in Korea. I came here when I was 4.
Your parents moved here for what?
So my dad worked at LG Electronics in Korea because it's a Korean company, and he worked there for like fucking forever. And then there was like a chance to like, they were trying to like transport, or I don't know how to say it without like sounding like human trafficking, but they were like letting people like apply for a program to like come to America and work at the LG Electronics here.
Oh, wow.
And so my mom was like, we need to do that because she wants to get away from like my dad's side of the family. Okay, now I'm getting too deep, but like that's how we came here.
So what role did he have there? So he's just basically, it's just like he's a business guy, right?
Engineer, yeah.
Oh, he's an
engineer, yeah. He's like a super nerd guy.
And your mom?
Homemaker, housewife.
Yeah. Where do you think you got your creative side from?
Neither. I mean, maybe, definitely my mom more than anyone, or more than my dad, because like I said, my dad's like all math and science kind of guy, and then my mom is she used to like to draw and stuff. Like even now, like I'm like, honestly, like I'll give you money if you like draw again or something, because I want her to have a hobby. She just sits at home and fucking watches Netflix all the time. But I mean, that's, she likes her life like that, so I keep getting too deep.
And early on you were more of like a nerdy kid, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Christian kid.
Oh yeah. I was super duper virgin and like nerdy and like, I don't know. I still am Christian now, but not as nerdy, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I used to be like a super big nerd.
So your parents were really strict?
My parents got divorced. So once, during that time, it was a lot of turmoil in the house. I keep getting too deep, but there was a lot of...
What's the point of this? It's fine.
Okay, it's okay to get deep.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of turmoil in my house, and like, I don't know, my dad was going through his own shit, my mom was going, like, I lived with my dad, and then, I don't know, before they got divorced, I couldn't even like sleep over at friends' houses, and after that, I think they like felt bad for me, like, oh, like a child of a divorced family, like, we need to let her be happy, so, and then I just like ran with that and like went wild.
That was around when you were 16, right? Or
yeah.
What were you into before that?
Yeah, I loved going to church. I loved going to church.
Wow.
And like had crushes on all the like church brothers or whatever you call them, older guys. Yeah.
And then right after, like around the 16 age, was that already when you started listening to music, or? I
always loved music ever since I was little. I remember I used to make like CD mixtape things when like burning CDs was in, and I would like make them and put them in my own little order. I guess this is what I do now, like make mixes, but I would put them in their own order and like decorate the CD and decorate the CD cover, and like my brother would just make fun of me for being a nerd, and I'm like, I like doing this.
What kind of music was on there when you started making these?
Just like fucking Britney Spears and NSYNC and all of that like pop stuff. I used to love Backstreet Boys.
Did you like school though?
I think I always thought school was like, I just thought it was easy. Like I was.
But you did well.
I did pretty good up until like I stopped caring. But even when I stopped caring, I did pretty well. I was in like, I don't know if you had these kind of programs in Hong Kong, but like in America, here in Southern California, we have GATE, which is called Gifted and Talented Education. It's like for like smart kids. So I was like in that, and so I was in all those classes, and like, I don't know, I just thought school was pretty stupid and like easy, but I didn't particularly love or hate it. Yeah.
What kind of career path do you think you had at that point?
At which point in my life?
Like just about graduating high school. Before graduating high school.
by the time I was graduating high school, I still didn't know at that time that I wanted to do music stuff. I don't know, I was always very like by the book kind of kid, besides like getting in trouble all the time. But like in terms of like life careers, like just even school, like I knew you had to do good in school. I don't know why, but I know you had to. And then I know you had to go to college. So then, I don't know, I didn't have anything. I was just like, I guess this is the next step in my life, what I have to do.
Yeah, and then you went to is it Santa Cruz?
Yeah, I like, I don't know, high school was like really, really hard for me in terms of just like my personal life and family and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to get as fucking far away as possible. I mean, it's not that far.
Yeah,
I just wanted to get far away, like, cause I got into like UC Riverside and like, I don't know, Irvine or something, and then like Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz was the furthest away. Like all the kids in my school were going to Riverside.
Well, what did you study there?
I picked a random major. I picked psychology, cause like I went into college thinking I wanted to be like a doctor, and then a lawyer, and then a neuroscientist, neurophysicist, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the name is now. But I went through lots of different, I don't know, everything I pick, I'm always like, I want to be like the biggest, the best. Like I'm always very ambitious.
Was that kind of your parents who wanted you, but did they force you to go to more of a academic field, or?
They probably want me to.
Yeah.
But I was never the type to listen. Even my mom said like, oh, like you're never the type to like listen, you just have to like learn from your own mistakes. I was like, I guess, yeah, that's me.
Did you like psychology though?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was like, because at that point I just knew I had to pick I wanted to pick any major and just graduate. Because I think it was my junior year where you have to pick your major. And at that point I had figured out that I wanted to work in music. And so my school didn't have any like marketing majors, any business majors. Like we just had like typical like economy major, fucking chemistry major, like all of that kind of stuff. So I just picked anything to graduate on time.
But what in music did you think you could do? Like were you gonna like work with a label, or like back then?
Dude, I wanted to try and do everything. Again, like I tried everything from like, I started with music journalism.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like for blogs, or?
Yeah, that was like the heyday of like the blogs. And so I was writing for a lot of random blogs, and just like, basically I figured out that you could get into shows for free.
Yeah.
If you have a press pass.
I went through that phase too. Actually, I guess I still am with this.
I mean, it's awesome. Yeah. It's like not paying.
Was it more rap blogs or EDM?
It was a lot of EDM. I liked some hip hop as well.
Which ones were? I probably know them all.
Oh, which one did I write for?
Yeah.
I wrote for Ear Milk for a bit.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
What was the other ones? Oh, my first big one that I did stuff for was Into the AM.
Okay, yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like throwback. I don't even think they're like a clothing company now.
Oh wow.
Like merch stuff. That's funny.
But that was after you graduated?
It's like during college. Yeah, that was during college.
And then what did you do right after you graduated?
God, the hardest point in my life for me. I did my final year, in London. I studied abroad because I went to Santa Cruz and I figured out I hated it there. And so again, I wanted to get as far away from possible as Santa Cruz. So I went to London.
You got a residency for DJing.
Oh yeah. I don't know, it's like my whole life is a finesse, I feel like. But yeah, I went to London, and then I met my like first love or whatever there. Hopefully he's not watching this, it's embarrassing. And then I like met him literally a month before we had to move out of the dorms. So then I was like, oh, okay, well, like I have to move like back to America in a month. He's like, oh, you should come live with me. I was like, okay. And so I lived with him for like a year, just trying to figure out my life. I didn't even come to my college graduation. I just stayed there. And my parents were like, oh, it's fine, I don't care.
What were you doing in that year? Just DJing?
Just trying to fucking figure out my life. At that point, I was kind of DJing, but like I didn't really know how to do it. And like, I was trying to figure out my life. I was trying internships. I interned at like this music PR firm. I was trying different things, like just trying to make it and make some money. And I didn't make a lot at all.
And didn't you also do an EDM course in college? You like DJ'd?
So yeah, I always have wanted to be a DJ, like always, from like as long as I can remember. I hate people. And then oh yeah, so I saw this like summer school class, like intro to electronic music. I was like, oh fuck, this is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna be a DJ. And then I got to the class. It was like learning about like the weirdest like synthesizers and like stuff I just had nothing to do with DJing. Yeah.
Who were you listening to at that point?
In college?
Yeah. When you started DJing?
When I first started DJing? Well, I was super into dubstep at one point. Like I loved dubstep, like Rusko and like...
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, when I lived in London, like I loved all that stuff. I loved house music. When I got to London, I really liked like UK house music, like Bondax and...
So good, I interviewed them.
I saw that interview. I saw that. I saw some of your stuff. And then, fuck, there's this one guy, I can't even remember his name, but his DJ name used to be Dream, and then he changed it to something else, and then the song went really big on Annie Mac.
Oh.
It's been such a long time, I don't even remember. But yeah, Bondax was one of them. I really like them.
So you're initially more into EDM than rap?
Oh my god, I was fucking obsessed with EDM. I loved EDM so much. Have you ever done an interview on here?
No.
You just
really
need someone else to hold this.
Yeah. What was the turning point into rap though?
What was the turning point? I mean, I was always listening to rap music. Like, even when I was younger, like, obviously, all of Lil Wayne, all the mixtapes, I think I'm dying. Do you remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
It's very emotional. I was always listening to rap music. I just loved going to raves, so that's why I listened to a lot of EDM. What's the exact turning point? I honestly can't even remember. This is such a bad answer, but I think I had been raving for like 10 plus years.
Oh my
I just got like, oh god, I hate, like, this sounds so lame, but like, okay, so I used to, like, my first rave was in like 2007 or something, and then like each progressive year it just got more and more, I guess, commercialized. Like, I sound like such a hipster, but like it was way cooler before or whatever. And then I just got over it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't like the people. Like, everyone's just, I don't know. But I went back and I like them now. Like, it's fun, like, just popping in, you know.
Do you still listen to a lot of EDM or not as much as before?
Definitely not as much as before, but I've started recently. Like, it's just I feel like it's fun, like, energetic music to pump up to. Yeah.
Do you think you lost interest in it, or what about it that you're not as...
I feel like I shouldn't answer this. I think that I got so consumed with hip-hop music, like, in terms of working, like I was very knees deep in the industry, that, like, I don't know, I can only listen to, like, so much music, and there's a lot of fucking new music all the time. But recently I got back into listening to, like, more EDM music, and I'm like, oh, this is why I like this stuff. Yeah.
And then you met Adam through the Ham on Everything, right? Or a house phone.
Yeah, and I probably met house phone through Adam, or Ham on Everything, so yeah.
What were you doing at that point? Or like, were you just a DJ?
No.
Or doing other things also?
I was like a DJ, but like I was like DJing like random little things here and there. And then I had an industry job. I was working at like this label. Please keep that in there. I was working at this industry job, and I don't know, I was just trying to like kickstart my like Camgirl project. Yeah.
Also, when did Camgirl actually start then?
God, I get the years mixed up. It might be like 2016 or 15. Cause I had given up on the industry, and I gave up on LA, and I was like,
oh really? Why?
Because I was just like going from shitty job to shitty job, and like it was just trash. And so I was like, fuck this, fuck everything, fuck LA, and I like moved to Korea. That was weird. And then and then like within 2 or 3 months of being there, my old boss from the label was like, oh, come back, like I have a job for you. And and I like didn't want to go back. My mom and my dad were like, you need to go back, like you don't know what this opportunity is, and here I am now.
How long after did Adam ask you to do his merch or the site?
Sorry. How long after was that? I met Adam maybe in like the summertime, and then we would just see each other around. Like this is when Adam used to like fucking party and stuff, so I would see him at like emo night randomly, and we would just like be acquaintances. And I think maybe like around the fall of that year, it might be 2015. Yeah. I did another podcast, and I just like kept hanging out with them, like him and House One more. And then I can't remember exactly how, but he like texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'm like trying to start this merch thing, and I think like you would be perfect for it." And I was like, "Okay, whatever, let's give it a go." And kind of how it happened.
Did you have experience before with merch?
No.
Or you just randomly like just asked you out of the blue?
I mean, I think like, I don't know. I think personally, like in terms of anything in life, it's like you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like school is like cool for people, like if you want to be a doctor and stuff, like obviously there's specific like skill sets you need to learn in school, but stuff like this or like merch, like a lot of jobs you learn on the job. I just said yes, and then I figured it out as I went.
And was it, so do you do the whole from the beginning to the end, like even like finding the manufacturing to all the logistics and the site, or?
I did do that before, but now this other guy handles it, and now I'm more on the merch, or no, on the content side, like YouTube and like stuff like that. I'm helping out with that more.
Yeah.
And like the events.
And then how about the tours? How did you go about learning how to do all that?
Sometimes I think back on those fucking tours, especially like the Pump and Perp one. I'm just like shocked that like we all made it out alive and like not arrested.
Yeah, watch all those vlogs.
I have not watched one, and I don't want to. It's like a scary experience. Maybe like in another year or two I'll like rewatch those to like reminisce. Smells like chicken.
Yeah. And what do you do now on the content end?
What do I do?
On the content end.
With No Jumper?
Yeah.
So I schedule like all the stuff that's gonna go up. I actually like am the person that clicks it, makes it live. I also do some of the exposed interviews. So recently I did like a bunch of LA artists like AZ Chike, Almighty Suspect, One Take J. So I do a lot of the exposed interviews. There's probably other stuff I'm forgetting. But yeah, basically that. Oh my god, we just walked in front of the car. It's fine.
How has your and Adam's relationship grown over time?
It's weird because like I think we were, I don't know. It went from like friend to like dad, not like dad, but like more someone that's like, you know what I mean? And then like, I don't know, it's like, it's very weird. Like he's my friend, but he's also like my boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, he's like my friend boss.
Is that difficult though?
No, cause I guess it would be different if like we were friends for a long time before he became my boss.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it was like and when we were friends, we weren't like super good friends. We were just like kind of more acquaintances. And so, I don't know, it was like a quick transition, so it wasn't that weird.
How would you describe him as a boss?
He's pretty chill, laid back, and like, he kind of like lets you learn and grow. So he's a pretty chill boss. I would describe him as that.
And you said in a previous interview that with DJing there was like a glass ceiling, and that's why you decided to to put out your own music. But you don't want to produce.
No, God, I hate that I said that, because that was just me being like stupid and ignorant. But like, I actually am, like, I was a producer for like a month or two a few summers back, and I've decided I'm gonna do it again, so I'm learning again. Oh,
so you're not rapping anymore?
I don't know, like, I think that I don't want to say I'm not gonna do this or not gonna do that. I just want to do whatever I want to do. So if I would do it again, I might.
But did you rap before, or did you put out the music video? So that was just the first time you rapped and you just put it out?
Yeah. I just want to like do what I want to do and do and have fun.
And you have an EP coming out?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Like I can't decide if I want to do like all just like me producing with other rappers on it, or like me producing and me on it, or me producing me on it and other rappers. Like I don't know. I'm just working on stuff, and like I want it to be how I want it to sound before I put it out into the world for the world to judge me.
And how long have you, or are you just teaching yourself Ableton or whatever you use?
So I started on Ableton. I also did Logic, I believe, for a little bit. Back on Ableton now. I have this little kid teaching me. Shout out Cyber. He helped me get like the program for free and stuff. And so yeah, and then a lot of like YouTube as well.
What kind of sound do you want it to be?
Dude, that's my problem. Like I don't know. I have so many, as you can tell, like I'm very ambitious, and like I don't know, I like everything. So I'm like, I want to make EDM songs, and I want to make trap bangers, and LA West Coast bounce. So it's like I'm just all over the place right now, just figuring it out.
But your sets are also like that, right? More like all over the place.
Depends. Yeah. Depends on the crowd. Like if tonight I was supposed to play this like Lil Keed show, and so obviously that's gonna be like a hip hop set, but just depends on the crowd.
And what clicked you to start your own merch?
What?
To start your own merch. What clicked you to start that?
Oh, dude, I don't know. A lot of things that I do, like it's maybe bad or good, but sometimes it's just like things pop into my head and then I just like do it. I don't really think about it much. I just like did it. I don't even remember what like the point was. Like I don't think I was ever like sat down and was like, oh, I want people to wear my face on a shirt. But yeah.
Is your fan base mostly LA or also in Asia?
Well, according to my merch, I ship out merch like pretty much everywhere, like as far as New Zealand.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I just shipped out 3 shirts to New Zealand. To like fucking Virginia, to like, I just like kind of everywhere. It's kind of all scattered.
And then was it from the onset that you realized like as a female in music that you had to develop a thicker skin, or how did it progress?
I guess like I kept learning that as time progressed, but as like a person, I've always kind of been like super, I don't know, confident sometimes to a fault, and like kind of like what are the best words to describe this? I've always been kind of like this, the way I am, like forceful or whatever, or like bossy. I don't know. I've always had my like firm foot.
What do your parents think of your career now?
Oh, at first they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And by the point I decided this is like me running to Santa Cruz when my parents told me not to, me going to London and being broke and my parents telling me not to. So at that point they knew that they couldn't make me do anything, that I'm just gonna do it. So they're like, they just had their hands up. And then once I started like making money, and like, I mean, they don't have to, I never ask my parents for money. In fact, I give them money. So like they can't do anything now.
Yeah. What goals do you have for this year, or plans?
Music, the EP that we were talking about.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 3 tours. We're gonna attempt. US tour, Europe tour, Korea tour, Asia tour.
Nice.
If you're watching this, see ya.
How would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
Oh my god. Way more self-aware. Like I said, I was like confident to a fault in terms of like I was just like loud and like was not aware of anything, how I was acting or whatever saying. Now I'm definitely more like self-aware, and I think every day I'm trying to be like a better person, a better me.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far in life?
In life?
Yeah.
Overall?
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge in life is figuring out what you want to do. Okay, for me, because some people are just born with it, like, oh, I'm gonna be an engineer, I'm gonna be an astronaut. But for me, it was figuring out like what makes me happy and what I want to do in my life. And I found it. Yay! But now comes more different challenges.
What does love mean to you?
What kind of love?
Up to you.
Oh. What does love mean to me? Love mean to me?
Yeah.
like I hate people. Cause you didn't were you born and grew up here?
No, in Hong Kong.
Okay,
yes,
so
I'm
like
not used to this.
People in America, I started getting it when I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a fucking child. Like I'm walking home from 5th grade. Like you're literally whistling at a 5th grader.
So gross.
Okay, what is love to me? I don't know, happiness. Total happiness. Well, I don't know. But because there's lots of different types of love. There's love for your family, love for like the partner that you choose in life or whatever partners. Friendship love from like eating. I don't know. There's a lot of different types of love.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh God. Wow, these are really good.
Thanks.
Because usually they just ask me like, oh, like, how did you get into DJing? How did you? Okay. What do I want to be remembered for? Okay, so like I've only recently figured this out, but I want my goal not to be like, oh my God, I'm the fucking biggest DJ. I'm the most fucking rich or whatever. Like those aren't my goals as much as like I want to make a difference in American views of Asian females and Asians overall.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, cause like I feel like ever since forever, like I mean I don't know if you felt the same way, but like here in America, like it was like, oh, like you're compared to Lucy Liu, or literally our two role models were Lucy Liu and fucking Mulan. I'm like, bitch, I'm not like, no, you know, I'm not a fucking cartoon character. So yeah, I just want to show the Western world that like there's more than just Lucy Liu and fucking Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, and you know, there's more than like that out here.
Yeah, I love it. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Woo!